And it's another episode of Product Management 101 with Temini Konlayo. And hello, gorgeous girls. Hello, gorgeous girls and beautiful boys, men and women. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Temini Konlayo, and what do I do here? I actually assist entry level product managers to get started in their career. And yes, I mean the last time I posted a video, I think we were on 380 or 390. And yesterday, I was checking something and I just saw that we are now 407 subscribers. Pinch me. I mean, that's so exciting. Thank you so much, guys. I know I started from one, and I remember when we were on 50, 100, 150, and now we are at 407. That's massive. But really, really, thank you guys so much. It's good, really. It feels very, very good. That's just the only word. It feels good. Thank you so much. Now let's get into today's video. A while back, I made a video about how I transitioned from executive assistant into product management, right? And I think that was like the first or second video I posted on YouTube, and it got like a lot of nice comments, right? A lot of we can't wait to see more videos and all of that. And from then till now, we've had like total 70 something plus videos already on YouTube. But what that video did not cover is what happened after the offer, right? Because getting the PM role wasn't the hard part. I tell my students every time, yeah, sometimes it's difficult to get into that institution of product management, but that's not even the hard part, really. Doing the job was actually the hard part. In fact, the hardest part. Today, I want to talk honestly about what my first year as a product manager actually felt like, what nobody warned me about, what I would tell you if you're about to make the same jump. So that is what we are going to be talking about today. Now, quick note before we go into it. This is not a triumph story. I'm not going to end this video with, and then I figured it all out, and now I'm crushing it, and they lived happily ever after. Nope, because that's not true. I'm still figuring parts of this out. In fact, sometimes some things are just new, right? And what I can tell you is what surprised me, what broke me a little, and what I wish somebody had told me on day one. So if you're a career switcher, an admin, an EA, or anyone considering a jump into product management, this is the video I wish someone had made when I started. Now, the first one, the hard thing number one was the technical gap. Now, the first thing that eats me was the technical gap. Not that I had to learn how to code. Nobody expect that, but there was this old vocabulary I didn't have. We were talking about API, endpoint, sprints, backlog, staging, development, hotfix, tech debt, like all of those things. And I didn't do product management training. I didn't do all of that like that before I got into the field. In fact, I think it was just a few months before I got my first role that I took that becoming a product management course. So it was really, really very, very new. Engineers would say things in stand up, and I would not along and quietly Google every third word after. The hardest part wasn't the words themselves, it was pretending I understood when I did not. Because as a new product manager, especially coming from admin, you are already worried people don't take you seriously. Asking basic questions felt like proving them right, if you understand what I mean, right? And what I will tell you now, the fastest PM are the ones who ask the dumb questions early. Every senior product manager I've met or ever met still ask basic questions. What separates them from junior PM is not knowledge. It's not because of the years of experience. It's actually the confidence to say, wait, explain that again. And me, I'm going to tell you to explain it again until I get it. My developers know. Everyone that I work with on a project, they know me. I'll tell you all up, let's go over it again, right? So if you are coming from admin, the gap already, it is real. The gap is there. So don't just assume that you can just transport everything. The gap is real. Give yourself 6 months to actually close it, and don't fake it. Don't act as if sometimes it's even easier to ask those guys than to quickly go to Google, if you know what I mean, right? So you take notes and ask again. Always ask when it is not clear. Ask. Now, the hard thing number two, the identity shift. The second thing was the identity shift, and this one is specific to career switchers rather from support roles or even any roles at all. As an executive assistant, my job was to support, anticipate needs, remove friction, make other people's work easier. So I was very good at that. That was my identity at that point. Now, being a product manager is different. You are not supporting. You are the one leading. So not by title, usually you are not leading by title, but at least you are the one leading that particular team. But by clarity, so it is not by your title, but you are leading by clarity. You are the person who decides what gets built, what gets prioritized, what gets pushed back on. So you are supposed to have a point of view, a strong one, and you should be able to defend that. I didn't know how to do that at first. My instinct was to accommodate everyone, to find a version of the plan that made everyone happy, to smooth things over. So those instincts made me a great executive assistant. They almost sank me as a product manager. Nobody warned me that becoming a product manager would require me to unlearn the parts of my previous role that made me successful. So if you are making this transition, that's the hardest identity work you need to do. So it's not learning new skills, on learning the ones that used to be your advantage. So that is what you need to balance. Now, the third one is the confidence spiral. There is this thing that people say that, oh, imposter syndrome is a cliche. It is actually, but there is a specific version of it that it's admin to PM switchers, and it's rarely talked about. When you are the only person on the team who came from a non-tech background and everyone else is a computer science graduate, an engineer, or they have like maybe an MBA, right? You notice it will be there. I'm doing support though. So it's, you will notice it, and it will be so constant. You start filtering your ideas before you say them. You start second guessing your instincts. You start crediting other people's contributions in meetings when you actually said it first. So those are some of the things that you start doing. And the worst part of this is that this is invisible from the outside. It is actually from the outside. Maybe people don't know, but people on your team, they will actually see it. But the thing is, they don't understand that this is what you are going through. They don't see the doubt there. They just see someone who seems hesitant, right, or very under contributing, or not quick up to the role, like you're not going to catch up on that role. So those are the things that they will see, and it reinforces the doubt that maybe this person doesn't even know anything. They won't know that this is your learning period, and the spiral goes deeper. Now, here is the honest truth: your background is not a weakness, but believing it's a weakness is. So, I spent way too long shrinking in rooms I belonged in. Sometimes I'm just there, like, okay, no problem. I go and do this. No problem. I'll get like. It was like that at first, and if you're in that phase now, I see you. The spiral is very very real. It is. It doesn't fully go away, but it does get quieter, and your voice does get louder. So that is what, yeah, it's not like it will go away. No, sometimes you doubt yourself. You doubt that thing that you just said, but then you go back and you think about it and you're like, okay, maybe I'm actually right. Maybe this thing can work. Now, the fourth part is the pace and the pressure. As an admin, my day was structured, predictable ish, and I could plan, right? As a product manager, my day is mostly chaotic. In fact, yeah, every day, every hour is mostly chaotic. There is fires, there are stakeholder pings, there are urgent meetings, there are urgent team messages, dashboards to check, decisions to make, decisions I made yesterday that I'm now second guessing. Like all of that could be happening at once, and you're supposed to still be doing the actual PM work underneath. Those are strategy, prioritization, PRDs, and discovery. Now, the first 6 months, I felt like I was drowning. I remember my very first month at work, and I was doing this thing with PRD. This is like my sixth year as a product manager, and that time everything Claude ChatGPT was not there. You have to, and I'm actually a very good research student. I can go through all the pages on Google. I don't mind just to get that information. But that day I was really, really overwhelmed, and I didn't even know I was crying. And I think I just picked my phone and I just started texted my partner, like, I think I'll give up. I'm going to just go back to being an executive assistant. I don't want to do this. This is not where I belong. Like, it was really, really overwhelming. The first few months was really, really overwhelming. But then I have very good support system at work. They were really, really there for me. Nobody was doing, oh, be fast, be this, drop this now. Like, they took their time and they allowed me to grow in that environment. So I would end most days having answered 100 messages and having done nothing real. When what I eventually learned is that the pace doesn't get slower, you get better at deciding what to ignore. Great product managers are not fast. They are brutally clear about what deserves their attention today, this week, this quarter. Everything else waits or dies. So if you are in the drowning phase, it is normal. So you give yourself permission to be selectively responsive. Not everything is urgent. Very little of it, very little of it is actually urgent or maybe important. Now, let's get to the parts where I tell myself what I would have told myself in the past. Yeah. So if I could go back and talk to myself on day one, here's what I would say. Four things actually that I would say to my cute, beautiful self. Like, typical, okay? Don't worry. You're gonna go through this. No, I'm not gonna say that. Now, the first thing is I'm gonna tell myself, ask the dumb questions in the meeting, not after. Don't go back after. Ask that question when everybody is there so that everybody can still share ideas, share opinions, help stretch out that discussion so that you can get your points clearer, right? Not after. If you are confused, chances are three other people are too. Have you seen a situation whereby somebody asks a question in a meeting and people start saying things like, "Oh, I actually wanted to ask that same question." You see, you saved everybody. So don't wait till after or go and meet one person to not ask. Ask when everybody is together. And your seniority as a product manager is not measured by what you know. It is measured by how quickly you get clear. So that is it. Now, the second thing I'm going to tell myself is your background is superpower. It is not a handicap. Handicap. So, as an executive assistant, you understood how to manage up, how to communicate across levels, how to keep multiple threats alive, how to read a room. Those are senior PM skills. Most engineering to PM switchers have to learn those things. So you already have them. You should be thankful for that. Now, the third thing is you're not going to feel confident on a schedule. Confidence is not a milestone you hit at month six. It's a byproduct of reps. So do the reps. The feeling follows when you keep doing the reps. And the fourth thing is the first year is not the destination. It is actually the tuition. You are paying to learn things you can't learn on any other product or any other theme or any, it is always different across industries. So you are actually paying to learn things you can't learn any other way. Some days we feel like wastes, they are not. You're actually becoming, there is absolutely no day that feels like waste, because even if that thing doesn't happen in the next few months, you will see it at a point and you'll be like, oh, this thing, I was able to tackle this thing. So you're actually becoming. And here's the part most PM YouTubers won't say, and I'm still figuring parts of all of this out. I am still figuring. It's year six, and I am still looking at some things, and I'm like, when did we start all this one? There are days I still feel out of my depth, and there are decisions I make and second guess for weeks. There are meetings I leave and immediately replay in my head. That doesn't fully go away. It doesn't, and the difference between year one and now is not that the doubt disappeared. It's that I've learned to keep moving through it, and that's the actual skill. So if you're making this jump or you are in the middle of it, I want you to hear this. The people who look like they have it figured out mostly don't. We don't have it figured out. They have just learned to work with the not knowing part of it. So you don't need to be certain on your first day. You don't need to have certainty to be a good product manager. You just need honesty and momentum. So you keep going, be honest to yourself, like, I didn't really get this thing to do. Okay, I'm going to read up on it so that I can be better. And you just keep going. So if this landed, I've been saying if this landed for a while because I actually heard it from someone and I've picked up their vocabulary. If this landed, you know what to do. Do me a favor, drop a comment telling me where you are in your product management journey. Are you considering it? Are you transitioning in or in your first year? I read everyone, and honestly, those comments actually help me plan the videos that actually matter to you people and the baby to me. So if you haven't watched my video on how I got my first role as a product manager, that's the origin story to this one. So I'm going to link it in the description. And if you are serious about making the jump or leveling up in your first year, I have run a 3 months product management training cohort, and my student was actually the one who asked me this topic about this video. So if you are interested, you can join us. I'm going to put like a form, maybe form of interest or show of interest form in the description so that you can fill that, or you can just send me a mail. It's timnicolai@gmail.com. So we cover frameworks but also the honest stuff with the identity work, the confidence gap, the reality nobody prepares you for. And because really when I started, let me just put this there, when I started as a product manager, I didn't really get this type of content on YouTube. They were not granular, they were more complex. they were not this explanatory. In fact, sometimes I watch and I'm on the fifth minute and I'm like, nah, this is too big for me to understand. It's not because I'm dumb, it's just because they are too complex for an entry level person to understand. And that's why fifth year I just decided, let me start sharing my knowledge with you people. And that is it for this week. Have a beautiful, 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 beautiful week ahead. I'm going to see you in the next video. That was an exciting one. I can't wait to talk to you guys the next time we see. Be safe and ensure that you do something valuable this week. Bye.